Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the 22nd episode of Black Lagoon. So, in the last episode, we pretty much have things going quite poorly for Yukio, and just blonde asshole dude essentially pulling a coup d'etat, I guess you'd call it, and just, yeah, killing off Yoshida, I think his name was, and pretty much it's up to Ginji and Revi to pretty much save her. And seeing them work together to fight people should be pretty cool, so that's kind of what I'm looking forward to with this episode, really. I just want to see that blonde asshole just pay. Really? I'm not even that picky how it happens, it needs to happen. I want to see him on the ground, squirming, bleeding, and crying for his mommy. I think we'll get that, so let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, play. And Ginji has a big sword. Let's see how they work together. I'm sure Rock will help somehow. Man, just watching that gun unload in slow motion. But yeah, I imagine this episode should wrap up this whole Washimina Japan arc. Yes, everyone smokes. I mean, it's not a proper adult-oriented anime unless every single person smokes. Because, you know, every adult does that. Uh... Well, you guys are kind of scum, so can't really blame her. Such a nice guy, isn't he? Uh... And here they come. We weren't invited, but we're showing up anyway. I have any problem with that? I didn't think so. Let's go. And dead. Ow. Uh, well, your rescuers have arrived, so you can chirp a bit. Uh, she lit up a bit. Yes, but her, not you. Apparently, it's because he's just not attached to his life. And here we go. Wow, one of them got shot. Yes, please do. He's been disarmed. Like 3 times over. Uh, show some balls and stand in front of bullets for me. Are you gonna get a strike? Good guy. Goodbye. I meant to say good job, but I don't know why I didn't. Uh, uh, you're going to die here, buddy. You can't go that fast while dragging her along, so it wouldn't be too hard. Wow, who didn't put a wet floor sign here? How rude. Good job, though. Or gasoline? Get wrecked. Nice rock. Just hit him in the head with a pin. Most useful you've been in a while. More damage you've done in their last fight. Shoot him anyway. Give me everything. I cannot speak a Japanese or English or anything. Well, she gave it to you. You also gotta find Yukio. Hopefully Rock is still beating him with that pin. Ruby always does look her best when she's holding two guns. He kind of ignored you. You guys never took a chance. And there they go. Surely she can't shoot us all, right, guys? And then she does. But you're clearly killing them. Unless you're referring to yourself. Yes, pretty much everyone's dead. I can tell how concerned you are for them. It's gonna be hard to do that now. But yeah, I got a bit of a headache. Wonder why. Now we have it. It's a valuable first experience. Be careful what you wish for, man. I don't see that happening. Like, at all. The phrase, over her dead body, comes to mind. Because that's the only way that would happen. I didn't think she'd wait for the countdown either. Hey, you gotta finish counting? You're not good enough to die by my gun. I'll just beat you to a pulp. You want another kick or two? Because that could be obliged. Really is a death wish after all. Terrible prom dates, but I guess you had to settle. She's probably with Rock. Show me some of this samurai katana stuff I've heard so much about and seen in movies. Yeah, you better sweat. You know this is it for you. Slice that bullet in half, yes. As samurai do. Totally. And the head. Not gonna give him a quick death. Good man. Yeah, good luck swimming without any arms. And now the sharks are gonna come. Yeah, she's with Rock. Fine weapon there, Rock. Want to see you kick some ass with it. Because I'm a good guy and there was a damsel in distress and I had to fix this problem. Even though Revi and Genji did most of it. Doesn't really seem like your enemy right now. I mean... And how has it been going for you so far? Well, dragged into it, born into it, it's not that different. I think she's well aware of that, at least now. Meanwhile, back at the bowling alley. Yeah, I guess you could call that a suicide. Well, it didn't work. And you're supposed to be hiding, laying low. You should probably not yell so much and slam stuff. Halloween. So small. She's bigger with cotton candy. Yeah, good times. I mean, yeah, I mean, she didn't really do anything wrong. And if you're a dice, you look like you've been rolled around a lot. Well, choice is debatable here. Well, that's not good. You should run away. It says a lot that she didn't actually cry until now. And man, that was a long time ago. I just remembered when this happened. I was actually thinking something similar. You really haven't changed all that much since then. Yeah. Now that I think about it, there is a bit of parallel there between the two situations. Meanwhile, back at the action. this is this is very satisfying. Just poke him with that stick, please. uh, that zoom in though. Yeah, his daily life kind of sucked. Uh, man, she really turned this back around on him. I do like how she's full on calling him out. You can still be a bit more grateful about him trying to help her, but you know. I mean, he's already helped you a little bit. Well, that was never gonna happen. Still, I think you should gain a bit of perspective given your current circumstances. They did. Kill a man? Have you never watched an anime with samurai before? It happens. Please cut my bullet for me. Wow. Yeah, I was expecting it to transition into the ED with that scene between the two of them, but because of the music, but it didn't. She's really not as grateful as she should be, in my opinion, but whatever. Though she was right about Rock, I will give her that. Okay, now for real this time, the ED should be coming. It looks like we might have at least one more episode of this. Since this episode was pretty much all about the result directly resolving Yukio's predicaments, like immediate predicaments. But you know, Hotel Moscow is not done yet, so. So that was the 22nd episode of Black Lagoon. And this episode, this was definitely a interesting episode. So okay, we got plenty of action, like for the first half, and I was not disappointed at all in regards to being able to see, in regards to seeing Revi and Genji just kick ass and take names, pretty much. Genji really good with that sword, Revi really good with her guns. It's always looking like she was having a great time, but she clearly was. And Genji just obviously very angry at all these people for what they did to her, so he was just slaughtering them left and right. Of course, easily the best and most satisfying part of this episode was just seeing Blonde Asshole, who I'm sure has a name, but it's not worth remembering. Just seeing him get what was coming to him. Because Revi, well, first of all, Rock just hits him in the head with a pin, bowling pin. That was pretty good. Then Revi finds him, and she doesn't even think he's worth like being in a gunfight with, so she just maybe kicks him a couple times, and just walks off and says, "Nah, I think Genji has more of the right to finish you off than I do." And she walks into the room where Genji's standing and waiting and ready. And one thing that Revi really liked, was impressed by, was Genji just cutting the bullet in half, which is definitely a thing that happens in anime, but not in real life. That would never happen. Like, even if you tried to make that happen with like advanced technology and perfect scenario to make it happen, it would still be questionable how possible that would be. But anyway, yeah, Genji pretty much took him down. Just I think he like cut his arms off first, then knocks him into the water, and then slowly drowns him in there, which, yeah, I'd say it's a fairly fitting death for him, really. Like, there are definitely worse deaths you could have given him, but I think I could say I'm satisfied with that one. And that was the action stuff. That was pretty much half the episode. The other half was just Rock and Yukio together in the room, having a discussion, debate, arguments type thing. And yeah, definitely a lot of mixed feelings on this scene from me. Okay. I get where Yukio's coming from, to a degree. I do, but still, Rock, the fact of the matter is, Rock did save her from a very horrible fate of, like, you heard that guy talk about what he was planning on doing with her, like, that would have happened if nobody came to save her. I mean, Genji might have been able to do this without the help, of Rock or Revi, but that's speculation on a what if. That's not really relevant. So I feel like she could have been a little bit more appreciative and grateful of what Rock did do for her. Now, I don't blame her for having some, misgivings about Rock, because he obviously is a very, I don't know, I wouldn't say hypocritical person, but he obviously, he's not doing this because he's such a great guy, which is may have been how it came across as before. Once you really delve into his character, he's kind of conflicted in himself. He didn't want to continue his regular, ordinary Japanese life, which is why he's in the underground world that he's in. But at the same time, he doesn't want to completely get rid of that, so he's in that awkward position. So he has this half-hearted, half-assed saving of her that I understand her not being completely happy about that, but I would like her to be maybe a bit happier than she was, I guess. That would be the best way to put it. Like I said, it's very complicated how I feel about this. But she was right about what she was saying about Rock. And he really has never really fully dedicated himself to this new lifestyle. He's clearly been fighting it along the way without ever actually giving up on it. And that's kind of been who his character's been for a while. I don't know if he'll eventually get to the point where he does fully commit. I don't think he can really ever go back. Like, he might not have fully let go of his previous Japanese self, but I don't see him ever being able to live the life he did before. Or anything even remotely similar to it. But yeah, they pretty much got into an argument about choice, because really what shocked Rock the most is when she told him that this was a choice that she made to put herself in this position. She wasn't dragged into it. Of course, you can debate about how much of a choice there really was, but that's not really relevant. What matters is the fact that believing that it was a choice is what allowed her to do it. Like, she does care about the Washimina clan, she wants to do what's right about it, even though she's obviously lost a lot of the named characters, like Yoshida and Bondo, but she still does have Ginji. And yeah, and obviously Rock is obviously not the best person to save her, really, because of his affiliation with Hotel Moscow, which is very much the Washimina clan's enemy right now. So obviously you'd have mixed feelings about Rock helping her, like, just because of that. And it's just a very messy, complicated situation where there's not really any obvious right or wrong person in this scenario, which is why it's kind of a hard thing to talk about, especially for a simple person such as myself. But yeah, Yukio, I don't know why I keep flip-flopping on what her name is. Her name is Yukio, I know that. I don't know why I keep calling her, like, Yukino and other things. But anyway, back to the matter is, she was gonna suffer a very horrific fate if she wasn't saved. And she was saved, even if the Washimina clan is still in danger, because, as we could tell by the scene near the end, the Hotel Moscow is still after them. They're still a target. I don't know how this is gonna end, really. If Rock's gonna do anything, but yeah, she may have been saved from her immediate situation, but her overall situation hasn't really improved that much, so I do get that. I don't know, I don't even know what's really left to say about the situation, about really that, but yeah, it is what it is. It was quite something to see her break down in tears in this situation and not when she was actually being directly abused by the scumbags, but yeah, she was obviously very much trying to keep on a brave face there, which just pissed him off more, because that's usually what it does. I feel like I didn't really outwardly react a whole lot during that discussion scene because, well, partly because I wasn't even sure how I felt about it because it was that complicated and just a very weird situation. And obviously just because this is one of those things you really want to pay attention to what they're saying. But yeah, I think that's all I really have to say on this. It seems like we're still continuing this. I kind of thought we'd wrap this up by now. I don't know how much longer they're going to keep this going, but yeah, at the very least, we're gonna have more of it next episode, so. Thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, the Dragon of Oshu, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon, and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.